1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, just in case. Alright, so you just got your Spring Thunder in the mail, you took it out of its box. Now what do? First, make sure that things did not loosen up in shipping. So a lot of times these screws, on the 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, 4 in the back can loosen up. So what I like to do is get 2 screwdrivers and make sure they're tightened down. These can loosen up in shipping very frequently, so tighten those 2 down. Or you can grab one with a pair of pliers and then tighten the other ones down. So once that's all nice and tight, also check these screws in here. You got your trigger, your lifter or shell carrier, and your pump grip screws, as well as your catch screw. They can also come loose in shipping. So just make sure everything is nice and tightened down. These ones can come loose as well. Once everything is nice and tight, you can also tighten the bolt screws that can be accessed by pulling down the pump grip till you get access to them. Tighten those down as well. Those can come loose. That's mostly all you have to worry about. Sometimes this screw up here can come loose as well. You can tighten that down. As long as it's not protruding too far off from the plunger tube as to scrape the 3D print, you're good to go. So now you are ready to fire. To load the Spring Thunder, you can take 1, 2, or 3 shells, depending on how big your hands are. Hold it upside down and push down on the lifter and then push forward with the shells. Now if your shells are too far down, if you push too hard or not hard enough, you won't be able to get the shell in. So it's kind of a soft spot. You'll get the hang of it. There's this cutout on the lifter that can really help align it. Now you can get your finger stuck in here pretty bad. That can hurt, so don't do that like now. So what you'll want to do is hold with a half of your thumb on the top of the shell and just push it in. You don't want to put your finger into the lifter. That's how you get stuck. You can fit up to 4 shells in this bottom tube and then prime it back. You'll see it load into the chamber and then pull forward to actually load the shell. Now, the pro trick is you can fit 4 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, total of 5. So 4 plus 1, and you're ready to go. Then if you pull it back, you'll notice that, for example, if your shell gets stuck, a lot of times it's just because the elbow foot on the shell that can get stuck in all these little divots. So just give it a little shake and you should be good to go. And then you'll see it function. There you go. You can reload. Now, other features that some people ask about are the match saver. That is just installed with 2 screws into the plastic. So you can put it on this side here, you can put it up top, you can put it anywhere that there are holes. I personally like to put it right up here. So that way, on the go, if I'm out of ammo, I can just pull it out of my hand, load that shell in really quick. However, I have it on the back side because this other feature, which is really popular, is a shell catcher. This is the Velcro. It's got some flex to it. This is my preferred method of attaching over the Picatinny one because the Picatinny one sits kind of high. It's made better for the Colonial Wasp or real steel firearms. So for the Spring Thunder, I prefer the band belt. It also has this grip strap on it so it doesn't shift on you. You want to position it right over that ejector port and then wrap it nice and tight around the body of your blaster. And you want to get it into position. So if you have the match saver on, you can tell it'll be right in the way of the match saver, but that's fine because you can't get a shell in there anyway because of the net. So it's kind of one or the other. But now when you fire, it'll catch your shell just like that. Oh, I just dropped my shell. It's going to load. There you go. It can fit about 10 shells. However, because of the angle, sometimes you have to tip it down a little bit to help it eject. But I'm just going to empty this, put another load through. So you undo the zipper on the bottom, and then you can dump out all your shells. A quick reload. This is really only useful if the ground is wet or you don't want to risk losing them, or you're playing in a wooded area where it's very easy to lose the shells. Normally, I wouldn't worry about it at all. I'd say run without a shell catcher because you don't have to worry about it. Also, a challenge. If you can load 3 at a time, I'll send you a cookie. Here we go. We got 4 in the tube. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 shells sit right there. Undo the zipper. good to go. Or if you just leave it open, if like you don't even have a shell catcher on it, but that's kind of defeats the purpose. If you do experience jams, usually it's because the shell does not cycle all the way. So you'll want to make sure that it goes all the way and it cycles before you fire. Because if you get a half shell, it doesn't cycle all the way. Like if it gets stuck, like sometimes it'll sit in there. When you eject, it'll fall. If you get 2 shells stuck in there, that will not work. Pay attention to that. Don't be romping on it if it's jammed. You know, clear your jam out, then keep proceeding. But if you just do it methodically, back, forward, you're good. That's all I got. Overall, it's a pretty robust platform. It works when it works, and it works great. If you experience some lack in performance, just open up this back plate here, take off those 4 screws, lubricate your O-rings, all that jazz, clear any dust. You should be good to go. I also like loading it like this, where I just hold the shell and I push up on the side of my finger. Seems to work.